Greetings, students. Thank you for attending our second week of classes. This is for Business 2, Unit 2, which covers travel. Let's go ahead and look at the PowerPoint here. So Unit 2 is going over travel, and I have created also another homework assignment sheet here for you. Again, Uh, please put your name in English and then in Korean, if you are Korean, student ID number. Go ahead and put in the date. That this assignment will be due the 2nd of April. So April 2nd is when the homework assignment will be due, 1 week after this class. So first things first, we're going to watch a little video and then we're going to answer some questions about it. Uh-oh, why is the volume not working?
Different places have
Oops, sorry.
Different places have different environments that present a wide variety of tourist attractions. Natural environments offer scenic attractions and adventure, while human environments offer good facilities, culture, and history. With the right infrastructure, facilities, investments, and climate, these places can blossom into wonderful tourist attractions. The Niagara Falls in USA, for example, offers breathtaking sights and a relaxing environment. Theme parks, on the other hand, use different focus and appeals to attract families and people who are young at heart. Such destinations are known as honeypot tourism because its natural environment attracts tourists and investment of facilities. Places with good facilities also attract tourists. Business tourists are attracted by MICE, meetings, incentives, conventions, and events facilities, while others are attracted by the different educational opportunities offered by different sites. Places that focus on development of science and technology can also offer medical help and healthcare, attracting people who require medical attention or are seeking improved healthcare prospects. Film-induced tourism is a special kind of tourism that uses rich culture to attract tourists. People are attracted to places they see on films, spreading the culture of the destination. Gourmet food and shopping tourism also spreads the culture of the destination place. More common types of cultural tourism are heritage and pilgrimage tourism, where people learn about the culture of a place through traditional activities, museums, and monuments. People are also attracted to places that have been scared by death and disaster, leading to dark tourism. Beyond traveling around Earth, why not travel out of Earth? Fly through a spherical wormhole and tour another planet, like in Interstellar. But oh well, for now, we will make do with the short suborbital flights or to space stations that cost around 20 to 35 million US dollars, which simply means that most of us are too poor to go. But hopefully when you're grown up, you can all be space tourists.
Okay, so if you look here after watching the video, answer the questions, why do people like to travel? So you see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions. Why do you like or dislike to travel? Remember, there's no right or wrong answer. These are just your opinions. If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go? And then why did you choose this country? What do you know about this country? Who would you like to go traveling with? Answer who and why you'd like to travel with them. Tell about a trip you took inside or outside of Korea. If you could or did study abroad, where did you or where would you study abroad? Answer, and then why this country? And a sub question is, What would you miss about your home country? So if you do study abroad or did study abroad, what did you miss about home, or what would you miss about home? Then the next part is starting up. How often do you travel by air, rail, road, and sea? Answer there. Do you enjoy traveling? And what don't you enjoy about traveling? Go ahead and answer here. The next part is interesting. So put the following in order of importance to you when you travel. Insert a 1 to 5, with 1 being the most important factor. So yes, so we have comfort, safety, price, reliability, and speed. Now, when you look at these, so one, let's say when most of you are not doing business trips, you're doing leisure travel, which means you're going for fun or enjoyment for holiday. So what's most important to you? If you're very price conscious, then you would say, oh, price is most important to me. So you would put a 1 for price. But maybe you think, oh, well, the speed of travel is not important because I'd want the cheapest one, so maybe I'd put a 5 for speed. Oh, reliability or safety is very important, so I'd put a 2, reliability 3, comfort 4, something like this. So again, no right or wrong answers. Does the order of priorities change for different types of travel? So here, the different types of travel would be for business or pleasure. So if you're answering this question based on leisure tourism or for holiday, would that change for if you decided to if you're going for a business trip? So it'd be corporate travel. So if yes, it would be different for corporate travel. Say yes, and why? If not, say no, it wouldn't be, and why not? Now, part B, as we have here, choose the correct word from the box and complete the following list of things which irritate people when flying. So here we have cabin, luggage, cancellations, queues, or American English lines, checks, rooms, food, seats, jet, trolleys. Trolleys are carts in American English. So not enough leg, and then fill in the blank here. So we know that that would be not enough leg, room. So here you would put the answer room, you would put it there. Do the rest for questions 1 through 10. And then moving on to part C. So let's listen to track 7.
Unit 2. Travel. Track 7. 1.
What I really don't like is the way airlines treat people on the plane. There are far too many seats on most planes, so there's not enough legroom, and I'm not even particularly tall. I always try and get the seats near the emergency exit for that reason. You get much more room. Also, the poor quality food and drink you get on airlines annoys me. It's all so processed and packaged. I just can't eat it. I prefer trains.
2.
I like flying, but I really don't enjoy being at airports. Things like long queues at check-in irritate me. Also, when I have a lot of luggage and there are no baggage trolleys around, it's really inconvenient. What's even more frustrating is when I do find a trolley and then see that the departure board is full of flight delays and cancellations.
3.
I must be really unlucky, because it seems I'm always a victim of lost or delayed luggage. It usually turns up, but never with an apology. I don't like the attitude of the airlines, and I'm sorry, they're all the same. They seem to treat passengers like just another piece of luggage to be moved around the world. They seem to forget that we're people. For example, they overbook seats and just expect people to be able to get the next flight if their flight is full. What I really hate, though, is jet lag. It's a big problem for me, as I travel a lot to the Far East on business.
Okay, so you listened to 3 different people, and they talked about why they have problems with traveling. So please answer below here. What are the types of problems that they mentioned that they didn't like about their travel experiences? Now, part D. Here. Which of the things in exercise B irritate you the most? So when you look back here about these 10 different things that irritate people while traveling, which one of those or which few of those irritate you the least, or the most and the least? So here, first start off by saying, such and such irritates me the most because blah, blah, blah. And such does not irritate me that much because blah, 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 or irritates me the least. Now, this is always funny. This is about vocabulary, British and American English. And then part A. Oh, and here in the PowerPoint, I put the tracks there for you. So we just listened to them, but also I put the actual tracks so you can read it along as they're speaking. Because I know their accent, British accent, is very strong. So maybe you may have difficulty following along. And then here, part A, match the words and phrases which have the same meaning. For each pair, decide which is British English and which is American English. So I put BE for British English and AE for American English. So for example, you see here where subway and the underground are the same thing. So here, subway, the match for it is M, underground. So you put an M like this, and then you put which one is American English, which one is British English. So here, subway is American English, and underground is British English. So again, city center, which A through O is it? Is the city center. Put that letter there, and then decide, is city center American English or British English? And then here is just the match. Is it British English or American English? Now, part B, use the American English words or phrases from exercise A to complete the list. Now, you can see here, there's the first answer I've already been put in here for you, which is freeway. My last overseas business trip was a nightmare from start to finish. First of all, there was a delay on the way to the airport as there was an accident on the freeway. So here, complete the rest of part B. Now, we're going to listen to track 8, listen to the recording, and check your answers to exercise B. Again, I put track 8 here for you to be able to read along while we listen to it.
Unit 2, Travel, Track 8.
My last overseas business trip was a nightmare from start to finish. First of all, there was a delay on the way to the airport as there was an accident on the freeway. When I got there, I found the lower level of the airport parking lot was flooded. Next, my carry-on baggage was too big and heavy, so I had to check it in. When we arrived, the subway was closed and there were no cabs at all. After a long time trying to figure out the schedule and waiting in line for 40 minutes, we finally got a bus downtown and found the hotel. Then there was a problem with our room reservation, and, would you believe it, the elevator wasn't working, and our rooms were on the 5th floor.
Okay, so I hope that you tried to answer this first without looking at track number 8, because this is a listening exercise for you. So try to do it first just by your listening, and then try to answer it, and then you can look at track 8 here to, just one moment. Okay, so moving on to part A. Now listen to Sholto Smith. He's an area sales director for Hyatt Hotels, talking about how the company meets the needs of business travelers. Listen to the first part, and tick which of the following he mentions. Remember, tick is just to make a mark like this, so you can just highlight which things he does talk about. So you can just go like this and then just highlight it like that. Okay, so listen here, track 9.
Unit 2, Travel, Track 9.
What are the main needs of business travellers and how do your hotels meet them? a key point would be the location of our hotels. Good links with subway underground networks, close to the airport, and obviously close to an office that the guests would be working in while they're staying in the hotel. Technology is also a key feature, and nowadays is expected because obviously people have great technology at home, and therefore if it's also available in a hotel, that's also a key feature. Internet, a business center, obviously translation services, and that kind of facility is paramount. And guests also expect an area where they can go to a gymnasium, they can exercise, and also that kind of thing. These would be the key features.
Okay, so now moving on. So you highlighted which points or ticked each ones that he mentioned, Shaloto mentioned. Now, track 10. Listen to the second part and complete the notes on the ways hotels are adding value to their guest stay. Sorry, I keep getting Kakao messages. Okay.
Unit 2. Travel. Track 10.
And how have rising travel costs affected the hotel business?
They have affected business, but it's made the hotels more savvy in that they are being more competitive and looking at ways of adding value to the guest stay, and that can take in anything from including breakfast on a daily basis, membership to the health club, including newspapers, or possibly looking at transportation to and from the airport, a shuttle service to the local department store, a shuttle service to the offices in which the client works in, and that kind of value add benefit, as opposed to just directly dropping the rate, which really doesn't benefit either party.
Okay, so that was track 10. You were able to fill in the missing answers. Now, next one, part C, track 11. Listen to the third part and summarize the future developments in the business travel market that Shaloto mentions.
Unit 2. Travel. Track 11.
What future developments do you foresee in the business travel market?
Future developments in the business travel market, I think technology is still a hot topic, as is the obviously environmental policies, because that really is obviously it's still a buzzword, so to speak. We went through healthy eating, we've gone through gymnasiums in hotels and the likes, and now really there's such a huge focus on the likes of the environment. So whether it be water conservation, low energy lighting in bedrooms, and the likes thereof, that kind of thing. But obviously it's high-speed internet, it's television on demand, it's lower cost telephone calls from the rooms, because obviously people now travel with BlackBerry and with mobile phones, so they're not actually having to use hotel telephone services. And these are the ways forward for hotels.
Okay, I know he speaks quickly and also has a strong accent, but try to summarize the future developments in the business travel market that Shaloto mentions. But again, I put in here for you, there's track 9 and track 10. And this is also here part C. Listen to the third part, which we just listened to. And part D, write what is important for you when staying in a hotel, for either work or for pleasure. So these would be like listing the types of amenities, like, oh, it's important for me for the hotel to have a swimming pool or a gym or a sauna or whatever. So what's important to you? What type of amenities when you stay at a hotel is important for you? Or it could be actually what's the price, the location, whatever. The next part is reading what business travelers want. Um, what factors do you consider when choosing an airline? So here again, there's many different things that you may think about when you're choosing an airline to fly on. It could be safety, price, schedule, reliability, etc. So when you're choosing to fly, what are the things that you consider most when purchasing a flight? And go ahead and put your answer. Now, part B. Complete the table below for your article. You may not be able to answer every point. So here you're doing this by yourself. So read the article on page 17 to fill in the first column, which is about Edmund Moutron. Read the article on page 134 to fill in the second column. That's about John Cox. There's different items that you'd be answering, nationality, travel destinations, amount of air travel, choice of class, choice of airline, likes, dislikes, travel to airport and hotel requirements. And again, I put track 11 here for you for the earlier question for part C. Here is the article. That's the first article that's on page 17. That's counting the ways to bridge the Gulf. And that's about Edmund. So part C, again, you're doing this by yourself, not in pairs. So compare the attitudes of the two travelers. Whose point of view is closest to yours and why? So if you're looking at Edmund and John, you have two different views about travel. So which one of these people, Edmund or John, do you find yourself to agree with more? So compare the attitudes of the two travelers whose point of view is closest to yours and why. So go ahead and answer. Part D, match the sentence halves to complete the definitions of the words in bold and insert the letter in the space provided. So here you can see peak travel happens when. It's either A, B, C, D, E, F, or G. Put the letter here that corresponds with what's on 1 through 6. In part E, complete the text with the phrases from exercise D. So look at D here, peak travel happens, blah, 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 blah. Put that in the spaces below. So we have 6 items here and we have 6 spaces here. I don't always pay a lot of it money and I try to avoid blank. However, I do travel a lot, earn blank, and usually get and blank to first class. The airlines get me a card to the airport and I am met by helpful blanks or blank. They take my blank and help me blank. Then they take me to meet the blank where I read the newspapers. Moving on, this is also part of the language review. Complete each dialogue with the correct form of going to or will. So here, have you decided where to hold the sales conference? Yes, we blank book the Emory Center in Atlanta. So would you put in a form of going or will? So yes, we will book the Emory Center in Atlanta is the answer. Moving on to part B. Choose the correct tense, present continuous or present simple, or complete the sentences. So here, we are staying at the Ritz for next week's conference. So based on this information, is it we stay or are staying at the Ritz for next week's conference? So you're going to highlight which one is the correct. Again, same here. According to the timetable, the coach departs or the coach is departing from Victoria at 8 o'clock, reaches Lille at 12:30 and arrives in Paris at 13:30. Excuse me, what time is the conference beginning or does the conference begin? What do you do or what are you doing on Tuesday afternoon? What time is this train getting or does this train get into Osaka? Next time I travel or I am traveling to Madrid by train. Part C. Complete the sentences below using going to, will, the present continuous, or the present simple. Flight's delayed, so blank. So you're going to use going to or will in the present continuous or present simple form. So go ahead and put your answer here. Okay, I've decided I blank. Let's check the timetable, the flight blank. It's okay, I don't need a lift, I blank. Friday afternoon, I'll just check my diary, I blank. There are too many flights to Hong Kong on Friday, blank. It's all arranged, we blank. Next week, blank. So again, you're use going to or will in the present continuous or present simple tense. Okay, skills, part A. This is track 12 and 13. Jennifer North is the sales director at Madison in New York, makes 2 telephone calls to Christina Verdi, a fashion buyer in London. Listen and note at the purpose of each call and the result.
Unit 2. Travel. Track 12.
Good morning, the fashion house. How can I help you?
This is Jennifer North here. Could you put me through to extension 4891, please?
Certainly. Putting you through now. Hello, Christina Verdi speaking.
Hello, Christina. It's Jennifer North from Madison in New York.
Hi, Jennifer. How are things?
Fine, thanks. I'm calling because I'll be in London next week, and I'd like to make an appointment to see you. I want to tell you about our new collection.
Great. What day would suit you? I'm fairly free next week, I think.
How about Wednesday in the afternoon? Could you make it then?
Let me look now. Let me check the diary. Yes, that'd be no problem at all. What about 2 o'clock? Is that okay?
Perfect. Thanks very much. It'll be great to see you again. We'll have plenty to talk about.
That's for sure. See you next week then.
Right. Bye.
Bye then.
Okay, next is track 13.
Unit 2. Travel. Track 13.
Good morning, the fashion house. How may I help you?
I'd like to speak to Christina Verdi, extension 4891, please.
Thank you. Who's calling, please?
It's Jennifer North from Madison.
Thank you. I'm putting you through. Hello? I'm afraid she's engaged at the moment. Will you hold, or can I put you through to her voicemail?
Would you be able to take a message for me, please? I'm in a bit of a hurry.
Yes, certainly.
The thing is, I should be meeting Ms. Verdi at 2 p.m., but something's come up. My plane was delayed, and I've got to reschedule my appointments. If possible, I'd like to meet her tomorrow, preferably in the morning. Could she call me back here at the hotel, please, to confirm?
Certainly. What's the number?
It's 020-7855-3814, and I'm in room 611. I'll be leaving the hotel soon, so if she can't call me back within the next half an hour, I'll call her again this morning. Is that okay?
Right. I've got that. I'll make sure she gets the message.
Thanks for your help. Goodbye.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Okay, so again, after listening to track 12 and track 13, both the calls, you're going to insert here your answer. What were the purpose of these calls and what were the results? Now, part B, now listen to track 12 again and the first call and complete this exercise. So again, part B, CD 12 or track 12, listen to the first call again and complete the extract.
Unit 2. Travel. Track 12.
Good morning, the fashion house. How can I help you?
This is Jennifer North here. Could you put me through to extension 4891, please?
Certainly. Putting you through now. Hello, Christina Verdi speaking.
Hello, Christina. It's Jennifer North from Madison in New York.
Hi, Jennifer. How are things?
Fine, thanks. I'm calling because I'll be in London next week, and I'd like to make an appointment to see you. I want to tell you about our new collection.
Great. What day would suit you? I'm fairly free next week, I think.
How about Wednesday in the afternoon? Could you make it then?
Let me look now. Let me check the diary. Yes, that'd be no problem at all. What about 2 o'clock? Is that okay?
Perfect. Thanks very much. It'll be great to see you again. We'll have plenty to talk about.
That's for sure. See you next week then.
Right. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, moving on to part C. Listen to the second call again and complete the extract.
Bye then.
Unit 2. Travel. Track 13.
Good morning. The Fashion House. How may I help you?
I'd like to speak to Christina Verdi, extension 4891, please.
Thank you. Who's calling, please?
It's Jennifer North from Madison.
Thank you. I'm putting you through. Hello? I'm afraid she's engaged at the moment. Will you hold, or can I put you through to her voicemail?
Would you be able to take a message for me, please? I'm in a bit of a hurry.
Yes, certainly.
The thing is, I should be meeting Ms. Verdi at 2 p.m., but something's come up. My plane was delayed, and I've got to reschedule my appointments. If possible, I'd like to meet her tomorrow, preferably in the morning. Could she call me back here at the hotel, please, to confirm?
Certainly. What's the number?
It's 020-7855-3814, and I'm in room 611. I'll be leaving the hotel soon, so if she can't call me back within the next half an hour, I'll call her again this morning. Is that okay?
Right. I've got that. I'll make sure she gets the message.
Thanks for your help. Goodbye.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Okay, so that was the end of that taped script there. So this is where we're going to finish for the online class today, which should be March 26th. I will upload this to the iClass if or Blackboard if it's working today. It's not been working the last 2 days, so we'll see. Thank you very much, and talk to you soon.